that. BJ, forgive me. I know I promised you I wouldn't. But you know what? We love you. And any time that we can celebrate you is the right time. Ladies and gentlemen, today is BJ's birthday. But I promise not to say which big one. So we'll leave them guessing, BJ. BJ, have a very happy birthday. You are revered, loved, and honored in this school. You are the heartbeat of this school. I can't imagine this school without you. Now I'm getting emotional. I'm not going to do that. But we love you, BJ. Happy birthday. And now I would like to introduce, we have a very special presentation today from Hannaford's, and I would like to introduce Chad Meyer and Mark Prouty. If you would come forward, please. Pardon them, they just woke up. Try it again.
Good morning. It's so cool. I've always wanted to do that. So thank you. I'm here today. I'm the store manager at Claremont Hannaford. And every year, Hannaford supports local schools by a program called Hannaford Helps Schools. And your parents shop at Claremont and they collect school dollars. And the school that collects the most school dollars ends up getting a bonus check from each store at Hannaford. So I'm proud to say that the Wethersfield School, for the second time, I think 2 years ago, collected the bonus check of $1,000. So congratulations to the Field School.
Appreciate it, thank you. 2 years ago, we asked the children, how do you want to spend that $1,000? And they chose recess equipment. And so we have lots of really fun things that they use as a result of that. And we'll be asking the boys and girls again. Thank you so much, we really appreciate it. Thank you. My name is Jean Marie Oakman, known as Mimi. I am the Mimi of this school, and proudly so. And the principal as well, not just the Mimi. Welcome to our annual Memorial Day ceremony. When I came here 9 years ago, I was a little bit surprised that the boys and girls did not know the patriotic songs, nor did we celebrate Veterans Day or Memorial Day in a special or auspicious way. And having been the DAR girl back in 1972 and a patriot my whole life, I did win the Senior Patriot Award at Mount Anthony in 1972. I have always had a profound love and respect for my country. I was a Girl Scout growing up. I actually was a Brownie leader years later. And today you're going to see some of our boys and girls in uniform who will be leading you in the Pledge of Allegiance. Are there any veterans here today? And if so, please stand and remain standing for a moment if you please. Oh no, remain standing, Mrs. Gilmont. I want all the boys and girls to have a look at who you are. It is our pleasure to have you with us today. Although Memorial Day is a time that we honor the dead who bravely fought for us, it is an honor always to recognize our servicemen and women, both active and retired. tired whenever we are together. You are our heroes, and I want our boys and girls to take a good look at what a hero looks like. Thank you for being here. I recently read an article on the history of the Civil War. There was something about freed slaves burying our Union soldiers which caught my eye. I'd like to share a little bit about this little-known fact with you. One of the earliest commemorations was organized by freed slaves. That surprised me. As the Civil War neared its end, thousands of Union soldiers held as prisoners of war were herded into a series of hastily assembled camps in Charlestown, South Carolina. The conditions at this camp, a former racetrack, were so bad that 250 Union prisoners died either from disease or exposure, and they were buried in a mass grave behind the grandstand. So they were just thrown all together, 250 of our dead soldiers. 3 weeks after the Confederate surrender, an unusual procession entered the former camp. On May 1st, 1865, more than 1,000 freed slaves, accompanied by regiments of the U.S. colored troops, including the Massachusetts 54th Infantry, and a handful of white Charlestonians gathered at the camp to consecrate a new, proper burial site for the dead Union soldiers. The group sang hymns, they gave readings, they distributed flowers around the beautiful new cemetery. That is what Memorial Day is all about. It's about honoring the dead in a very real way. It's about thinking about the sacrifices that were given up so that you and I could enjoy freedom today. I know as a young girl growing up in North Bennington, Vermont, Memorial Day was a very auspicious occasion for our family. After we marched in the parade, and many of us did, we all met at my grandmother's house for a luncheon together. By the way, there were 13 of us kids, and we had tons of cousins. So there might be 50 of us Kenyans together on Memorial Day. And then my grandmother would lead us to the local cemetery where we would go through and she would point out the graves of the dead of various soldiers who had fought in various wars, including our Uncle Bill, who died in World War II and was buried in that cemetery. Every time I smell a lilac, and today you brought a beautiful bouquet of lilacs in for BJ's birthday. And lilacs have always symbolized to me Memorial Day. They're usually in full bloom by then. It's my favorite flower. They smell so beautiful. And it reminds me of all the many years, and for me, it's been 64 years that I have celebrated Memorial Day. And those flowers remind me of my youth and my family and the honor we felt being able to be together on Memorial Day and showing our respect for those who fought and died. Now, Memorial Day is very different than Veterans Day, and we review that each and every year, and that is so you'll understand the distinct difference. And I think we might have a little more of that today. So that's my introduction. I'd like to move right into the Pledge of Allegiance. If Trail Life, Heritage Girls, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, and Girl Scouts could join me at the front to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Thank you for being in your uniforms today. Boys and girls, we're going to have you line right up because we have 2 mics here, and so we want to hear your voices. The American flag is behind you. And if you would please stand, please. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. For those of you who do not know, we start every day at the Weathersfield School with a Pledge of Allegiance, and it is led by students. So the students come in, we have a very large calendar in the office, and they sign up for the days that they would like to do the pledge. And I will tell you, at least 70% of our students sign up. And every day begins with a Pledge of Allegiance, and I think that's important. I would like to introduce a very important person here at this school. Who could that be? He has been instrumental in teaching the patriotic songs to our boys and girls. He has great spirit and incredible presence. And we are lucky to have our music teacher, Mr. Zachary Shambo.
Hey, Weathersfield. Hey, Weathersfield. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in our Memorial Day ceremony today. I don't really have anything else to say. Mrs. Oakman pretty much said it all. So, kindergarten, come on down. Kindergarten will be singing 3 cheers for the red, white, and blue. second grade, I gave a little challenge this year. The song they're singing is very difficult to sing for second graders, but I think they're going to pull it off. It's called Stars and Stripes Forever. Great job, second grade. Third grade, come on down. It was quite appropriate that Mrs. Oakman talked about the Civil War earlier, because the third grade will be singing a song that was made during the Civil War called Battle Hymn of the Republic. Great job, 5th grade, 6th grade, come on down. They're singing Army Comes Rolling Along. Job, 6th grade. All right, up next, we have a very special guest with us. She is a retired U.S. Army Nurse Corps, and she will be speaking with you about what Memorial Day means to her and maybe some of her time in the Nurse Corps. So I'd like to welcome up Lieutenant Colonel Eileen Skoronsky.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. And I think we should give everybody a hand for all the wonderful service. My job in the Army Nurse Corps was to take care of children. I'm a pediatric nurse. And it's important for the people that are out in the field, the moms and dads that are working, to learn what they need to do to protect us, to feel comfortable about what their children are doing back home. And so I was very proud to be able to be a pediatric nurse to take care of the children of the Army, the wives, the mothers and the fathers that were working in the field. What I'm going to be doing is just discussing a little bit of the history. We've gone through some of the history. This is another version of the history of this celebration of Memorial Day. It's an honor for me to celebrate this day with you. 151 years ago, Union veterans who fought in the Civil War decided to decorate the graves of the dead soldiers with flowers. They chose May 30th as the day, and they called it Decoration Day. Many of us that are older may remember Decoration Day instead of Memorial Day. Did you know that 600,000 soldiers, North and South, were killed in the war? 600,000 is a big number. To give you an idea of how big that number really is, it is equal to the population of Vermont, equal to every man, every woman, every child who lives in Vermont. Can you imagine that number? After World War I, they expanded the honor to all service people that died in the war, all American wars. And in 1971, it was declared a national holiday and is celebrated the last Monday in May. Now on Memorial Day, part of the ceremony at Arlington Cemetery includes placing a small flag on every grave. And this takes place at many other national cemeteries. We honor the sacrifice of our fallen heroes so that they will never be forgotten. So this holiday, when you're enjoying the day off and having fun with family and friends, take a moment, pause, and think of those people that have given up their lives so that we can have fun and we can be free on Memorial Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. So, to conclude our ceremony today, I'd like to invite my friends down. You know who you are. So while these students are getting set up, I would like to talk about what they're doing today. So today is kind of a dress rehearsal for them. Because on Monday, as Mrs. Oakman said in the morning announcements, there's going to be a service at the Perkinsville Green at noon. These students are taking their time out of their day off to come perform for this because they also understand the importance of Memorial Day. And with the two songs that they will be performing today, God of Our Fathers and America, My Country, 'Tis of Thee, these are what are thought of as somber tunes to be along with Memorial Day, because Memorial Day is a somber holiday. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to ask that you hold your applause, because we're going to perform both songs, and then our friend Noah Hubner is going to play taps. After he plays taps, I would like to ask that you all leave the gymnasium in complete silence to remember all of those who have fallen. Thank you.